on a skill level, right? You're not learning. Well, you're learning the concept that you learn, but you're learning how to do the test right, and that's what you're preparing for. Because you're only preparing for the test. The grade is what you get back. So, for the same thing, in my opinion, applies to games. Is just that for gaming, it's the test is not that you fail and you lose the class or you lose the opportunity to do it again. You fail and you keep trying until you get it right. So unless you quit, which is what school will force on you if you don't get it right, then you can perfect the skill or whatever it is, the problem solving ideas that you get with little to no real world backlash other than losing your time. But you're not really losing your time. It's more of like you're exchanging your time for the experience of that practice. In school, you're just exchanging your time for doing good for tests. You know what I mean?
Actually,
what did you want to say now?
About to F up your whole mindset. With games, the person that you're trying to satisfy is yourself, not anybody else. With school, that is basically teaching you to meet the standards of somebody else, which is also going to what's the word? Transfer into basically you studying what would please your boss,
a company.
and do whatever you need to do to stay in that range. And based on their response, which would be a fail, that's what you're trying to avoid.
I can't really say that applies to a lot of people.
So
gaming is like self-employment / being your own CEO.
Basically.
Okay. You don't believe that it also trains you to be able to work with what you have?
Oh, okay.
Gaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on you.
Oh, okay.
But that is a key factor of
It's a
like
bonus.
self-employment,
Yeah.
anyways. Managing your own resources. So,
You
given
don't
that,
think you'd manage
Alright.
another
And
company?
honestly, it actually.
well, yeah, but like it doesn't come with the same like repercussions as, oh shit, now I actually have nothing. You know what I mean? It's they don't have nothing now because I fucked it up. But if we're to yeah, if we're to pass this by like the education institutions now, it'd be like, listen, instead of just passing and failing and then you lose everything that you put in, you should be allowed to keep retrying with no.
Well, you see,
But then it costs money, right? Exactly.
But-
So
Here's a good example in the gaming spectrum.
camera. I just saw it go.
For instance, taking a game like Minecraft. What is the experience when you start your own server compared to joining someone else's to build theirs?
Fuck.
That's basically what I see as.
So in doing that, you'd be like, all right, I'm going to this other person's server, and if they learn different things than you did, you basically exchange that knowledge between each other within the server.
Yes, but for some reason, if they don't appreciate your skills anymore, quote unquote, or that segment of the world that you contributed to,
Yeah,
you get booted.
you get booted. But that's basically working
That's
for
what
an employer.
employment is
it
allowed.
is.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get booted, they keep your contributions,
Yeah.
and you're left with what?
Enough. Well, just the paycheck that you were probably getting.
But you can still start again,
which
though.
wasn't enough.
You
Again.
can still find another
Another
opportunity.
server.
Exactly.
You can say I was already in a server before.
Yeah,
It's
that's
now
what I
on
was
your
gonna say.
resume.
It's now something that your accolades now, as you were given those accolades, you can use them to get yourself onto a more prestigious server.
That's true.
You do that, you keep doing the same thing. You're not that it's what's the word, guaranteed, but it's like you still run the risk of being booted, and you're left at square one.
That's life.
Who wants to go through that?
People do.
But
Wait.
People do.
People who don't want to go through the hassle of making themselves an environment that they're not able to be booted out of. And that comes with not being prestigious individual comes with the people you surround yourself with, but like, not many people are trying to do that.
You mean gamers?
No, like in general, no. That's like in the business aspect. Because the easy thing is to go out to look for an employer.
Yeah.
Go look for a server that's running. Or go look for a game that's active.
Like,
join in on the game.
Look how hard it is to start a server.
It is pretty fucking hard.
What?
You have to like know the coding and shit, and if your Java is not right, then you're like, you're on rocky salt already, bro.
But when you do it, nobody can get in,
and nobody can get out.
Your experience
Without,
is
you know,
what you.
yeah.
Oh wait,
Nobody can get out. Whoa.
Nah, whatever you put in there, it's stuck. Like I have
You
it.
don't know what time it is. But
You don't get to leave.
yeah,
That shit's sort of online, low key.
you get to define your experience.
But you can still start it though.
No?
You can still start it.
Speaking of
but
servers,
no, honestly though, your influence, you could actually influence a lot more online than you can out here.
Oh,
you think
yes.
so?
Of
I don't
course.
know.
Of
Nah.
course.
I believe
Yes.
so. I believe
Yes.
so.
If you dedicate a lot of your time to actually just exchanging ideas with people in person instead of doing it on the computer, like the time when you come home and you're on like social media or whatnot, like if you actually spent the time going somewhere else instead, like you went to the mall and you just talked to random people, I think it's around the same.
Wait, is that your hill?
What? No.
Is that your hill?
No.
Oh,
I'm just putting
hold
it
on
out
for
there.
your hill because that's a good conversation. But I still believe that just obtaining that mindset of working with limited resources, whether or not you're doing it for yourself or for a company, a larger company, I believe those skills are employable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Their skills.
Because I did say,
Yeah,
like,
they
my
are.
point was that
They are.
they will be the most in demand, like, for the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just now that we know what skills are in demand. We have good problem solving skills. We should get the in demand skills, rep our gaming experience, and it might even boost. I can see it boosting our eligibility in the future. Because of the like when we start seeing the changes in management to not just understand that people work for their money or all you need to do is pay them, but that people who have problem solving skills, who can tolerate working within very confined parameters and delivering exceptional results as employees is more valuable than just hiring the regular person who
Okay,
just
so
fill
I'm gonna
this
have to.
slot.
I'm gonna have to add
literally
to
have
that.
to fight their way up.
I'm gonna have to add for that too. With the gamers, you're saying that they're in their house, right? They're basically on their own.
Well, no,
property. Or
like I'm just saying that they make really, really good in-demand employees for the future.
so yes, but what if yeah, I struggle with that.
That was the most untrue
What if-
yes I've ever heard in my life.
What
Yeah.
if when they go in the workplace though? Because you gotta understand, like your house and the workplace, they're two different things,
Yeah.
right? Because you can choose to work with someone online, you're not seeing them, but in a workplace you got behavioral issues with people that you might not even like too, from day one, and you still got the manager, you got the supervisors too. There's a lot of different things in the workplace that people would actually. It's actually a lot different from like you by yourself
That's
in your
true.
box online, right?
I agree. But I can also refute that by saying, regular hires, people who are not, I guess, well immersed in the gaming scene as well, it's not that they have more social skills, I guess, but you have a higher likelihood of getting somebody who can interact in a social environment better than the gamers would, because the gamers kind of spend more time gaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I see what you're saying, but at the same time, for a lot of businesses, it's kind of just the bottom line.
That's
so if
facts.
you can get
That's facts.
if you can get a higher efficiency and output
out of your employees,
out of
the
your
better.
employees than regular people,
Yeah,
you probably go for the higher
the
output
higher
employees.
efficient. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just
Nah,
101.
you're actually right. You're actually right there.
and them
because-
having those skills already acquired with whatever they do over their spare time, whether it be playing video games, a specific kind of video game Like say for instance, you're you work for the city and you decide whether or not these roads get fixed or these roads get fixed, and in your spare time you play Sim City. Like, you know, then you're already like constantly working on that kind of skill to be like, all right, this is how a city should be managed. This is what works. This is what doesn't. Like
Or
people
city
actually do that.
Yeah.
Even for example, Kerbal Space Program. I would watch that. Like
that is a
engineer, like they
prime
make
example.
engineers. That shit is crazy.
That is a prime example of video games creating the best problem solvers for an industry. The interest in space travel has boomed in the last 5 years, right? We know that. Okay? Everybody's trying to get into space now. All the countries are trying to get into space. What had happened 10 years prior was there was a game called Kerbal Space Program that released, right? So this video game was essentially you being able to or being a rocket engineer.